make sure we're all set up and everything is working before we get properly started. So I'm just doing the usual test everything on at least one platform so that we can, if I could figure out how to change to switch over would be great. I hope you're all doing well, and I hope that you're all having a good Friday. It looks like we are live. Let me just check the noise. Oh, yay, the noise is working as well. Yay. So, what are we up to today then? Let's just move this. I don't know which way is the right way to move. Is that the right way? Is that the right way? Sorry about this. Just so that you can at least see me. There we go. How's that? That's exciting, isn't it? Had a little bit of a wander around. A little bit wonky, but this, I must change this webcam. That's better, isn't it? So I can see all the chaos and mess behind me while we get we get everybody sorted and everyone finds us, because like I say, I was a couple of minutes late as always, just trying to make sure everything is working. So how have we been this week? Have we had a crafty week? How have we been getting on? Has anybody applied for the design team call? I'm sure you'll have all seen that is that's live and open for this month. So we are looking for some crafty design team members. So if you haven't applied already, there is still time. The call is open until the end of the month. So yeah, get your applications in. I'd love to see them. We do get a lot of applications, so I won't be able to respond to everyone, but obviously if you're successful, then we will let you know. And it's dead easy to apply. Just head to the Time for Tea Designs blog, search for the design team call post, and all the instructions will be there for you. What else do I need to tell you? The retired collection, I know a lot of you have already found our retired collection. Our retired collection is up and on the website now. In that collection, there are loads of fabulous products that are perhaps a little bit older Time for Tea products that we're getting to really low numbers on now. And we definitely won't be on these restocking any of these older items. So there might be items in there that you've had your eye on previously, but they've not been at an affordable price for you, or you've just not been sure. Go and have a look, because we've got dies, we've got stamps, we've got stencils, we've even got some of our paper craft essentials in that section as well. So there's some real good bargains to be had, and we'll be adding more stock to that as we as numbers start to drop, and we know we're not going to be replacing those. The reason that we're doing that, I would love to keep everything, as you know. I love all of our products. I love all of the stamp designs, all of the die designs. But there are just some that we think, well, actually now maybe they either would need a complete revamp, or they are, they're probably not going to return in the same way. So let's make room for some new stuff. So we have got some new stuff coming really, really soon. I have been so super frustrated with how long manufacturing is taking at the moment, but hopefully we will have some new stuff for you really, really soon. So we need to make room for that, because it's on its way. So, but I'll keep you posted over the coming weeks as to when that release will be. We're planning on doing probably 2 releases quite close to each other because of the gap that we've had. One will just be a stamp release, and potentially a stamp with pre-order on dies, because it's the dies that we're really waiting for. And then we'll do a bigger release at the end of March time. So look out for all the details on that. If you're not already a subscriber to our newsletter, it's a really good idea to pop your name down for that, which you can do through the website, because you get to find out all of these things early, and you also get to take part in our subscriber only discounts, which tend to happen on Tuesday. Our Treat Yourself Tuesdays are really cool. You'll get, like I say, subscriber only discounts, so it's worth signing up for those. Okay, so Annalisa's with us, watching from Mexico. Hello, Annalisa. Thank you for watching while you're on holiday. Bless you. It looks absolutely gorgeous where you are. I'm so jealous. Oh, and you've brought some time for tea images to colour with you. That's really cute. When we go away anywhere, I never have time because, well, obviously there is time, but I seem to spend it either reading or just sleeping in the sun, which those are two things that I never get to do any other time. Annalise says, yay, we get to see your face this week, and I can't believe the pandas are retiring. I know how popular they've been. They really have been, and I think maybe in the future the pandas will return as a character, but maybe with a different scenario. So this is the thing, is that, you know, sometimes you think, oh well, I love that character, but we've done that that set now. Let's put them in a different setting, doing something else fun. So the characters won't go permanently, but the original kind of setting that they were in can be revamped and spiced up a little bit and brought up a bit more up to date. So the great thing about that is that you can use them in conjunction with each other, like if you've already got the original set. So so today then, shall we talk about what we're doing today? Today, well, as usual, I've kind of got an idea, but not a full idea of what I want to do. I did want to use the Blooming Bunnies, but I can't seem to find my Blooming Bunny stamp set. I'm not sure what I've done with that. I'm wanting to make a card for my mum for her birthday. It's her birthday on her birthday next Thursday, so almost a week today. And she's a big cat lover, isn't she, Mama? Well, I'm saying that as if you know. You don't know, but you know I'm a huge cat lover. So I'm just finding some of these cards here that I've got. There's a little bit of inspiration we've got here. So, oh yeah, this one's perfect. So, I did make some cards for a magazine recently, and I made these using the I think I used this stamp set is the Perfect Day, and then there's also the Kitty Capers stamp set. So I used a combination, I think, of the two, and I made them kind of so that they all pretty much went together. And I loved them all, and they were so much fun to make. This one, and I mean, I will change to the overhead so that you can see what it is that I'm looking at. 1 second. Let's hope this works. Fingers crossed. Whee! So we're a little bit all over the shop. So let's have a little move of my overhead so that you can see properly, and let's zoom in a little bit, because you don't really need to see all of my mess, but you need to be able to see this, don't we? So let's zoom in a little bit more, if it will let me. There we go. So these are the cards that I made for the magazine. There we go. I think we're back. It always scares me when it freezes a little bit, because I think, oh God, we're going to have to start all over again. If we do freeze and, it doesn't come back fully, then bear with me. I'll log out and log back in again. It does look like the picture's not the best, but I don't know whether that's just because it's got a little bit of a lag on it. Oh, we've caught up now. Excellent. let me know what you guys can see, if everything's okay. So yeah, so this is that super cute little little card with the perfect day background. What I am thinking of doing though is maybe making something that matches up with this one. This one, again, it uses that perfect day die set to make my little shelves, and then the little kittens on there reaching for the plant. This is a really cute scene as well, with the possum pattern die stencil in the background, using the window die and then those other stamps to build up this lovely scene. All of these, Annalisa's saying it went fuzzy for a little bit, but it's better now. That's good. I think it must have just been a little bit of maybe an internet lag or something, and it just it went a bit slow, but we seem to be back on track now, so that's good. So so we've got those. This one was more of a simple one with using a bit of pattern paper. This one is really lovely because it's got that You Had Me at Meow huge sentiment die with the pattern paper behind. Again, I really love that. Was there an occasion for all of these cards, Jo? A magazine? Sorry, I missed that. They're all fabulous. Yes, this was for a magazine, and I think it was, I can't remember. It might have been Die Cutting Essentials. I can't fully remember. But if it comes back to me, I'll let you know. But again, using one of the Possum dies makes a really nice aperture, and again, some of the pattern papers. So they're going to be these are actually going to be my inspiration now, because what I wanted to do was make a gift card. A gift card, yeah. So I've got the Happy Mail gift card holder, which is actually a mailbox as a gift card holder. Now, I'm not going to use the mailbox part of it. And the reason that I want to use this is because this is massively discounted in the shop. I'm going to have a little look for you now and see how much it is discounted by, if my phone will allow. So let me have a look. Products. So this is the Happy Mail gift card holder die set. This is in the retiring section, and it should be $21.95, but it's actually $9.95 in the retiring section. So this is hugely discounted. Really, really great set. So, and that's this. It just show you on my phone here. This is you know, pretty much what you can make with the set, and then you also get the add-on as well. So the set itself looks like this. So you can make that mailbox, you can make all of the add-ons, and then you've got that that bow maker as well. So yeah, you've got all of these bits, and then you've got the inside of it is where your little your gift card would be concealed, if you like. So it's a great set. There's also the add-on die set. So the add-on die set, so that should be $16.95 and is now £8. And this is what the set looks like. Hopefully you can see that. And you get all of these add-ons and accessories, and then you can make all of these extra bits to decorate either your card or your gift card holder. So so yeah, oh, there was one there, sorry, I'll just show you that because that had the bow on the front. So this is it all put together, and then you have the bow on the front there. So that's the bow maker that comes in the set as well. So that's a really nice little extra. So my thought process was, I'm not going to make that's an example of the add-ons, all of the bits that you can make, which I think is really, really helpful, so that you can see just what all of those bits actually do, and is really quite, I don't know, I think it just inspires you to do something, doesn't it? So these are all my bits. This bit here is the bit that helps you hold your gift card. So I've got a gift card here, which is not the one that I will be using. But you can see that that is the perfect size to hold onto your gift card. So hopefully my mum isn't watching today, because you know, we need her not to be watching. So you've got two rectangles here, two little rectangles that you can use to build up the front of that that mailbox mechanism. Now, and one of them, I'm just trying to work out which one it was, this one here. So this one here has an embossed line at the top, but it won't cut. So that means that it can flip up. So I'm going to use the flip up mechanism. I'm going to use that. And I'm going to use this as well. So the flip up little segment is perfectly sized to go around and conceal your coffee cup, your gift card. I'm not good with the words today, so they're going to go back in there. This is potentially a little fastening to hold your flip up together, but I'm going to use my flip up upside down so that it's not going to need to be held down in position. So let's figure out how we're going to build up the rest of our card. So those are my mechanisms. We'll pop those to one side. And I need some cardstock now, don't I? So let's grab some cardstock. What have we got in here? Card bases. They might be A2 rather than the size that I want. So I've got some other card bits, some bobs. What else have we got here? Some pre-cut card, and I'm going to need some of my patterned paper. Here we go. So the set of cards that I made here, they were all following a very similar colour scheme, as you can see, and they all of the papers were from the Awesome Rainbows paper set. So this is very well loved, as you can see. But this is a beautiful selection of lovely rainbow patterned papers. It's been our best-selling paper pad by a long shot, and I can see why, because I turn to it time and time again because I love the rainbow, the colours of the rainbow in my project. So this will go with pretty much anything that I'm looking to create. So the card that I think I'm going to go for to try and match up, if you like. So say this is going to be your birthday card. I want to create a coordinating gift card. A gift card. So I'll move my little kitties out of the way. Let's have a look at what patterned paper might work in the background for this. And I may need to pull out a different patterned paper, a new pad, because I've almost used all of this up. I mean, the paws are adorable, but I feel like I need something a little bit more, more of a similar. Let's have a look at this. That's quite cute. that's quite similar. It's got a little bit of blue in there, which is quite nice. So we could bring out those blue accents for this one. I think I might go with that one. This does go very nicely as well, though. That is very tone on tone. So let's go with this one. It's a lovely bold pattern. So rip that apart. Lovely. So pattern choice made. Let's pop all these back. I put these into my this is one of our A5 storage pockets. So I'm just going to pop that in there. The A5 storage pockets are perfectly sized for your 6x6 stencils and your 6x6 paper pads. So again, that's really handy to have. So what I've got here is actually an A2 size card, and I think that's going to work really well for what we're trying to do, because it's not a card as such, is it? We're going with a gift card for this portion. So the bit that I'm not sure whether to do is to do a bit of a border around the outside with some contrasting cardstock like we've done on this one, or to go edge to edge. So I think if I was going to do a little border, I might be inclined to do it in a different colour to this one, just so that it looks a little bit different. And maybe we try a bit of green. Green's quite nice and bold. Or do I have a bit of chickadee, which is a really beautiful yellow. I think one of the things that I'm really excited about at the moment, and I don't know if you guys are the same, is it being almost our new release, because I think you're going to absolutely love it. Now, I've decided to reject the colour because I think, looking at this, that a white border is going to work well with the white lines that we've got on our patterned paper. So I think I'm going to go with that as my border. Use that natural white effect. And I've got my A2 layering dies, which are going to help me cut this down to size. So I'm going to take the second largest of these dies, and you can see that that's going to leave me a nice little white edge. So let's line this up. Which bit of pattern do I want? We can go more green or more red. I think we'll go more green. Like I say, I feel like it's a little bit more spring fresh. What have I done with my oh, do you know what? I haven't hardly unpacked since I was last on TV. So my my actual washi tape that I use is still packed away. So let's grab that. It's just here. Okay, bit of washi tape. Me a good opportunity to get tidied up as well while we're crafting. So what's everybody else doing then today? Kelly says, so looking forward to spring, and it's reflecting my card making for sure. That's it. I can't wait to get started. So it does mean then that that potentially I'm using products that may not necessarily be for spring, but you just change up the colour scheme and you make something that's really very spring-like. So I do love that. Okay, so just popping this through the dye machine. And what I'm doing here, which I think you've probably seen me do before, I'm just going to move these other cards out of my way because I'm already struggling for space, as is usual. I like to prepare all of my background elements, or all of my bits first, and then so I kind of work from the back upwards, if that makes sense, so that then I can concentrate on those images and then putting it all together. So my background is this. Build on top of that, leave that with a white border. Yeah, I think no, I know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to, yeah, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to explain to you what I'm going to do. So this is where our flap's going to be. So we need to cut our flap into something. So we're going to use one of these dies from the A2 layering set to do that. So I need one that's bigger than the die. Let's have a look. Maybe we're going to go with the 4th in line emboss side. So it's going to be hard for you to see it on screen, but you'll be able to tell in real life that these edges are much more raised than this one here. So this one here is my embossed line. So I'm going to add that where I want it in terms of the amount of space I want around the outside. So washi tape on one side, washi tape on the other. Secure that in place. I am just going to snip this down so I don't need all of that excess cardstock going through my machine. And pop this through. Now, if I've done this right, is we've got a layer. Can get more washi tape to come off. There we go. That goes back in there, and then that's our mechanism. This is now our layer with a flap. So we've got a little flap there, and that score line, again, I'm not sure if you can see that on screen. Hopefully you can if I flash it around a little bit. There's like a little score line just there. So I'm going to bend that back carefully, just to get that mechanism working. And I'll use my bone folder just to secure that into place, like so. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So the next thing that I'm going to do, I want to give this a little bit of I'm considering whether I give this a bit of no, I know what I'm going to do. I'm just trying. I'll let you in onto my thought process here. I was considering whether I give this a bit more stability, but I'm going to pop this up onto foam, so that will give me the stability that I need, and then my little flap will close as so. What I need to work out now is where I want my little gift card holder to go. So my gift card holder, where did I pop that? There it is. So this is my gift card holder little mechanism. Get my gift card here. You can see my gift card fits perfectly there. like so. So my gift card holder needs to go this way around, and that's where my little tabs will cut. So if we pop that into the middle of that, like so, and just checking that's pretty much in the middle of the middle, isn't it? There we go. Make sure that's pretty straight, and then I'm going to pop this through the machine. So now we've got this, I just remove the die and the tape. You can see we've got two little tabs here. Now the important thing to remember with these little tabs, so they will just fit lovely like that and hold your gift card in place, is to, when we stick this down, don't stick those to your background, otherwise you'll not be able to get your little gift card in there. But now you can see how perfectly that works. Beautiful. Okay, so I did want to trim this down a little bit, didn't I? Or we could actually stamp our sentiment on the bottom of there, because obviously we've lined this up right in the middle, based on this being positioned in the middle. So, oh, I think it looks really cute though, doesn't it? Yeah, and if we move that down, it's going to mean that that's going to be, well, it still works. Yeah, I'm going to trim it. Okay, so move that to one side. I'm going to trim this down using my trimmer. And, you know, this is just an example, again, of me just, you know, having a play around with the stuff that you've got in your stash. Craft your stash, and use it in a different, you don't have to use things in exactly the way that they are, you know, originally intended. Mix it up and, you know, try something new. And this is a completely different way of using that. But I think that little gift card holder, even if you buy the set just for that little gift card holder and the flip up, it's well worth it. The other thing that you could do with this this flip up, if you were to score it in the middle, when you flip it up, you could then, it could bend and become one of those, you know, flip up displays, which is really cool. So Annalise says such a terrific idea to use the die like this. That's it. I mean, you know, do mix things up and try different things, because it works so well. So yeah, that's going to sit in the middle of there. That's going to work lovely. And then our gift card's going to sit in the middle. So that all works as a mechanism. Love that. Okay, so in terms of the scene that we're going to create, let's have a look at this. We've got our gorgeous little critters here, and I'm thinking of using this lovely plant, because I do love this. We've got this lovely plant, and then we could either have this little guy sat next to it, just there, which I think would be really cute. I'll overlap them ever so slightly, which would be really cute. And then, bear with me while I just try and locate a very specific stamp set that I think will go well with this. So, bear with. Just talk amongst yourselves. What are we all doing then at the moment? Is anybody crafting along? I can see that Annalisa says that she's taken some items to colour, so maybe she is colouring along. Here we go. So this is the Treat Yourself stamp set, and it's got the sentiment Treat Yourself, which is perfect for this idea that we've got going on here, isn't it? So let me just take this out and see whether these fit, because you've got Hope Your Day is a Real Treat, which is a really good set. We've got the Treat Yourself that we talked about. Enjoy the little things. I mean, this would be really cute as well to add on as decorations for your gift card. But we're going with the little cats today because that's my mum's favourite. So we've got Treat Yourself, which we can just pop together like so, and I think that's going to look really cute. So happy with that. What do we think? I think that's going to look really cute, isn't it? So I'm just going to pop them to one side. Kelly says she's crafting too, making a few bear birthday cards at the moment. Oh, lovely, the lovely bears. So somebody's birthday coming up. That's exciting. Yeah, but it's my mum's birthday, and then it's Mother's Day not long after, isn't it? So we've got that as well to plan for. Ant and I have been quite surprisingly efficient in the old planning of Mother's Day, it has to be said, which is highly unusual, which also has to be said. Where have I put my here we go. Just want my acrylic block there for my sentiments so I don't lose them. So yeah, we've already got both our mums Mother's Day gifts, and obviously I've got my mum's birthday gift. So we've actually been quite efficient this time around. So I'm yeah, and I obviously will need to make her a Mother's Day card though. So that's on my list of things to do. So one of the things that you can do with this, if you knew what you were doing ahead of time, which I didn't, I'm just making this up as I go along, as is my usual style on a Friday. You would probably have ink blended your background first and then die cut it, because that will make it easier for you to blend. It's going to be a little bit tricky for me because I've already made the cuts. So what I'm going to do is I am going to just use a bit of washi tape to hold it together a little bit, just so it doesn't, it's not going to bend while I'm trying to ink blend. It might still do a little bit, but this is going to make my life a tiny bit easier, hopefully. So we'll turn that back round, and also I've got a little bit of a kink there where we've done our fold already, and what that will also do is the ink will pool around that area a little bit more, so you'll be able to see that. Whereas if you were going to do it, like I say, if you're going to do it properly in advance and knew what you were doing, you wouldn't have that issue. So colour scheme, I believe for this one I used the dried marigold for my background. I believe I did. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just test it on a little scrap of card. I've got this scrap here. Shall we try it on there? I use my pretty orange. So do you know what? I think it's a bit pinker, isn't it? So I'm going to say that maybe I've used a tattered rose. tattered rose. Let's have a look. Tattered rose. And I think I've splattered with the dried marigold, I'm going to say. So let's change up my brush here. I'm going to use my smaller brush actually, because like I say, I have made it a little bit more difficult for myself. I'm not going to do the full panel because I want to leave that border. So let's try this pink on there. Yeah, definitely the tattered rose. So to kind of emulate what we've done there, bit of tattered rose. Oh, Annalisa's going to an aquafit class. That is very, very cool. We've been thinking about holidays, and I have to say that we have been very inspired by Annalisa's holiday pics, or at least I have, because it looks absolutely incredible. I've got a big birthday this year, so we want to go away somewhere special for my birthday. It's actually, Ant and I both celebrate our birthdays in September, so I'm at the beginning. There's actually 20 days between our birthdays, so I'm at the beginning, Ant's at the end, and so we tend to try and go away during September because it hits one or both of our birthdays, you know, at least one of our birthdays. Oh yeah, that's nice. I think I did a little bit paler, you know, a little bit more subdued in that one, but I think it'll still work really well. And I'm going to use some of the dried marigold then. I'm just going to pop it onto my silicone mat here and grab my paintbrush and some water that I've got here on my desk. Annalisa will watch the rest on replay. Well, Annalisa, I need to know your holiday destination because yeah, I really want to go there. So I'm thinking that I might just want to cover up this these edges. So I'm going to take these little bits of cardstock that we've got, and I'm just going to pop them around the edge as a little bit of a mask because I don't want to get my splatters all over. I want to keep that bit white. You could use some washi tape, you could use some scrap paper, anything you've got to hand. I'm just roughly covering it up. I'm not too precious about it, but I mean, I'm sure it will just go wherever it wants to, as it tends to do, but that's fine. Yeah, that looks great. I think that might even just be enough. Lovely. It just adds a little bit of something, I think, to do a few little splatters. My I'm sure I've told you this before, but my craft area here is very small, but it's very splattery. It's actually covered. Every item in front of me where I film is covered in paint splatters of some sort. Oh no, I dropped it. Yeah, so but that is just, you know, that's what happens, isn't it? So let's take these bits away, and you see how they've actually captured most of those bits that would have gone onto that border. So I'm going to pop that to one side. A little bit of fluff on there. There we go. That's off. So yeah, I'm just going to pop that to one side so it dries. I want to stamp my sentiment directly onto there, so I'm going to wait, obviously, until it's dry to do that. Okay. I think I'm going to do that. Yeah, I think I am. I think I'm going to do that because I do love this sentiments to be popped up, but I think for this instance I'm going to go with a sentiment directly onto my Where are we up to now? I'm going to have a little drink. Pop this away. Tidy up as we go. And I'm going to stamp out my images now. That's the next task. That's the next thing. Okay. That's in there. Place for everything and everything in its place, as they say. So I need my stamping platform. What have we done with that? Oh, did I take it? No. I was going to say, I don't think I took it with me. So here we go. And I'm going to use this bit of cardstock that we had left over. We actually don't need a lot of it, do we? So I might as well just clip off enough. Yeah, I think we can get them both to fit on there, can't we? Let's just snip that off there. And put this into our stamping platform. Line these guys up onto there. Close the door. And I'm going to use my Memento Tuxedo Black for this. Oh. Okay. You see what happened there? It didn't unstick. So we'll just have to poke that down. Even with the magnets on. There we go, make sure that that works. And pop some ink onto our little images. The great thing about using a patterned paper like this, like I said, I do love the rainbows. You can incorporate the colours from your patterned paper then into your colour scheme when you're colouring in your characters and the images. So that's what we'll do. We're going to use use the colour scheme of the paper that's behind it and the colour scheme of the card that was our inspiration as well. But I'm going to colour the cat in on this one like my mum's cat. So my mum's cat is called Alfie and he is very fluffy, which is why I've used the fluffy cat, and he's very, very cute. He's a very cute little, well, he's not little actually, he's quite a large cat. But he's very, very cute. And he's very needy, which I think boy cats are. I don't know if any of you guys have got boy cats, but our boy cats have always been very needy as well. Arnie, our cat, Arnie, is very needy, and Clyde was, goodness me, he was a very needy cat. So girls are a little bit more independent, I think. So just pop these away. So yeah, I'm really fancying Mexico for a holiday. I wonder if we can make that happen. What do you think? Has anybody else been to Mexico, and what do you think? Any recommendations? Much appreciated. Would be much appreciated. Now, what's going on there? So, colouring in my cat. I'm going to grab my little book of swatches here, because this is where, if I've worked on a particular kind of colour scheme, I will note it down. So skin colours, for example, colours for bunny rabbits and bears, and cats in particular. I think cats do, you know, and there we've got the little sloth there. I think, you know, you can colour cats in a number of different ways. And Ginger is always one that I struggle to remember quite how I've done it. So that's why I've got this noted down. Now I'm going to see if this will come any closer for you, just so that you can see me colouring this chap in a little bit better. I'm going to grab my colour scheme here so I know what I'm working with, and then I'm going to pull out the colours that I've suggested to myself here. So I'm pretty certain that one of these is about to run out, but hopefully I've still got what I need. So we've got a YR20. Yeah, my Y21 is the one that is running out, but we'll see. YR14. Come on, where are you? YR14. There you are. YR27. And 24. And then E93 is the pink shade that I've been using. But you can use a different pink shade to that, which I might do. I might go with like an R21 perhaps, which is quite a nice shade. I'll just go with E93 as well to show you. So what I believe that I did with this, because obviously I've noted down the colours but I haven't given you any kind of instructions, so to speak, but I'm going to go around the outside edge with my lightest colour first. So where typically you might do darkest first to get your shade in, we're actually creating a colour of fur here. So for this I like to work from the bottom up again. Kelly says my dogs are the opposite. My male dog is so needy, unlike my female fur baby. Oh really? So so your dog's needy but your cat's not. That's cute. And Kelly says it's a great idea to keep colour maps like that for animals. Thanks for the tip. No problem. And it, you know, it really does help me massively, because I always forget. So this is my colour that is almost running out. I'm going to have to get another one of these. But I am just going to lay a light bit of this colour down. And if you notice, I'm leaving his face white because mostly Alfie's got a white chin. He's got a lot of ginger around his most of his body there. I'm going to give him white paws, I think. I can't remember if he's got white paws. I think he has. So that's quite a yellowy base colour that we've popped on there. So I'm going over the top now with the YR20, and that's going to mute that down a little bit, and I'm filling in all of those gaps. And again, this is kind of the base colour of his fur. And for Alfie is quite he's quite a soft ginger. He's not really a bright ginger cat, so it probably wouldn't do for me to make him fully ginger, but we are going to add some more ginger traits to him. But doesn't he look cute? So next is the YR14. Now the YR14 is we're gonna start adding some of those gingery stripes. So just creating those little darts, if you like, darts of colour that will head into the centre of the face, and then kind of around his back, and they kind of, you know, don't meet up, and kind of splay off, I suppose. So in his tail, just do them in a little bit of a thing like so. And then the YR24 is a bit of a browner shade, so again that's just going to mute down that ginger a little bit. use that to add a little bit of definition to the ears. Go over some of those darts again, just to mute them down a little. Add a little bit of shading behind the body there. Very sweet. There we go. And then I'm going to go back over with my YR20 just to blend out some of those darts and some of that shading, again just to soften it a little bit. So it just looks a little bit more fur-like, and you can't really see those brush strokes as clearly. There we go. That's pretty cute. And then if you wanted to, so for example on this this cat here, I've then gone in with that darkest YR27 to really define those ginger tabby streaks. I'm not going to do that with Alfie here because he doesn't have those in real life. So what he does have though is he has a bit of pink in those ears, and he has a little pink nose, and we'll give him some little pink cheeks as well. So that was with the E93, but I'm just going to pink up the nose and the ears a little bit more. To define some of those areas where there should be a bit of shadow, I am going to probably go with a bit of a brown shade. Let me have a think. Because if you use grey, when you're using kind of a reddish tone, the grey doesn't work quite so well. So if you're using something that's a bit more of a red tone, go for browns to add your shadow. So I'm using here the E34, which is a nice brown shade, and that'll just give me a little bit of definition in the bits where I need it to look like there's a bit of shadow going on, but it doesn't make him look cold. It's still quite a nice warm shade, so that works quite well. So we don't need our little kitty thing anymore. That's our little Alfie coloured in there. So we'll pop those back. So for the for our plant, the greens, we're going to tone with the greens that we've got here. So these are a really nice couple of options here in terms of the quite yellowy greens, which I really enjoy. So we've got quite a pale yellowy green, so let's try we've got, where's that one? I need a YGO3, I can never find it. Oh, maybe it's in my other little box. We've got a YG23, YGO1, yeah, that one's a good one. We'll try that one. And then we want a YG17 maybe. This is a bit where I always go quiet when I'm looking for my colours. Right, I think we've sorted it. Okay, so a couple of different colours here. YGO1 is a very fresh colour of green, so just add that to a few of the leaves, and to deepen that up a little bit. I've got a bit of YG23. Add that to the bottom. There we go. And the darker shades that I've gone for are the YG13, which is called Chartreuse, mixed with a bit of YG17. That's just going to darken that up. So they are very similar now in shade to our background, which I think looks really cool. And then our plant pot. So I think our plant pot could be a nice orange shade. So let's have a look at what oranges have I got available to me. It's a really nice deep orange. Yeah, maybe 18 and 16. Let's try these. Or is it too much orange? That might be too much orange next to our little orange fellow. So maybe we go with a bit of more of a red. So let's look at a nice shade of orangey red, which is R05 and R08. These are different colours of red that I've not used for a long time, but I think these are going to go really nicely. So I'm going to start with the R05, which is the lightest colour. Again, you can work darkest to lightest if you prefer, but I think I'm just going to go straight in with that lightest shade, get that colour down, and then the Y08 I'm just going to come in from the bottom while that's nice and saturated the paper, and add a little bit of definition and then blend out those edges. Lovely. I don't think there is really much of a darker colour than that. Maybe the the R17, sorry, let's have a look. This is lipstick orange. Not much different, I don't think. That's very nice. Yes, that's going to work, I think. Oh, lovely. It's nice sometimes as well when you're using patterned paper, I think, to then look at different combinations of your markers, which I don't always get to do. You know, I tend to go for the same colour combinations over and over again, and it's nice to mix it up occasionally, just have a little play with your markers and do something a little bit different. So shall we cut these out now with the coordinating dies? So I've got my little sitting kitty and those gorgeous plants. Let's grab a bit of washi tape and line this up. There we go. That can go on there. And I'll zoom back out once we've got these die cut so that I'm not seeing the top of my head quite so much. I can use my little die cutting machine for this. And I have to apologise in advance for the state of my die cutting machine, which is still my plates, which is still covered in bits of paper from the last time it was used very much so, very heavily, to create some wedding invitations. So pop that there. And let's get these popped out. I do love the little fluffy little cats. They will also be making a return at some point because they are very cute, and I love these you know, this little scene that you've got going on in here with your plants, different plants, and then the books that you've got, and then with the Perfect Day die set you can really make those really cute scenes that I showed you earlier. So let's zoom out a bit because we're very close now. Come on, zoom. There we go. Now we can see everything that's happening, because we're going to hopefully we're going to be able to start putting this together. Let's see what we've got. So is this dry now? Oh, throwing my gift card about. The gift card that I should get from my mum and dad is really funny because my mum and dad love shopping at Dunelm, and if you're not from the UK you probably don't know what Dunelm is, but I did think this would be a good idea to do for my mum, either for Mother's Day or for a birthday, because they love shopping at Dunelm. But also the joke that we have with them is one of their other their favourite, that basically their hobby is returning things to Dunelm. They buy things and then they return them more often than not, which is very funny. They're very indecisive, a little bit like me. So we've got treat yourself, although I've done it yourself upside down there. What am I doing? Treat yourself. There we go. So I don't know, should I do it on straight onto the background? Yeah, let's do it. Let's just do it. Okay, I'm going to leave them in place for a second. So I'm going to use my VersaFine here. Now the thing with this is, if I don't stamp it correctly, we can always die cut it, stamp it and die cut it, and do it over the top. So we do always have that option. So I am just going to look over the top here and say, I think there's going to work. Just give that a little rock. Oh, beautiful. And if actually that hadn't inked up quite as well, we could just fill in any bits with a marker as well, with a, you know, one of your multi-liner pens, a little fine liner pen, if that's another way of saying it. So, and then we've got yourself. So I'm going to just line that up so that it's nice and straight on my block. Whoops. And then I'm going to pop that a little bit to one side, just so that it reads nicely around. The rest of the word treat. Yes. That's actually worked out pretty well, all things considered, doing it live and under pressure. So let's pop these all back in their little homes so we're tidy, and then let's get these popped up on here. I can unwashi tape this now. Let's unwashi tape. Okay. There we go. So that's that. And let's stick this down first. Now, if you remember, I said don't stick these bits down. We need to make sure that they can move a little bit so that you can get your gift card in. And what you might want to do is just curl them up ever so slightly, just so that you're not having to, you know, you're not going to have too many issues when it comes to putting your gift card in there. Once it's in there and it's been used a couple of times, it'll be absolutely sound. But it's just that first use. Now this is the glue that I took on TV and wouldn't cooperate and would not come out at all, and now is absolutely fine. So I don't know what that was about. It just knew that I was on live TV, didn't it? And thought, we're not going to work for you while you're on live telly. So pop that onto our background. So you can see the rest of it is in place, but those little gift card flaps are still available to us. And then this is going to sit over the top of that. Again, you can see those little flaps are still available. So I'm going to pop this up with some tape, and I'm going to use some of our thin shaker style tape, which I think should work pretty well given the amount of space that I've given myself, I think. If not, we might have to trim it down. Again, you're not going to add any glue to this bit or any tape to that bit. So I'm going to pop that onto there. And this one on the back there. And then one more down this side here. Made that one a little bit too long, so we'll just trim off the very end. Come on, try not to trim my finger off at the same time. And that bit can just slot in there actually, can't it? Oh, well, it would if I could get it off my fingernail. That's the only thing with you know, long fingernails, everything seems to stick to them. So put that out of the way. Lovely. So take the backing off here now. And if you want to just be sure of where you're lining this up, then you can hold the little window open so that you're getting it nice and central over those little flaps. And there we go, that's our little mechanism there that lifts up, our little flap that lifts up. Yay. Cute. And we can add our little characters on here now. So I'm going to use this shaker tape again to pop my little plant on, because this is going to be perfect just to go down the centre of there. And then we'll just add a little bit more there. And then I think I'm just going to cut off some tiny little ones to go on these little leaves, because I don't want them collapsing. So again, my nails are not very helpful. Come on. I might be worth using a poker tool here just to help me position these. Come on then. There we go. And a really tiny one. finally a little one just there. Lovely. You could also, which I know I think I must mention this all the time and then I never actually do it, is cutting out the coordinating die with some foam, fun foam, and then obviously it's exactly the same size as that outer edge, and just means you don't have to faff about with little bits of foam tape like we just did then. And so for ease, I am just going to use this again, I think. Just a couple of these while I've got it to hand. Pop a couple of layers of tape onto the little kitten. Actually, I did want this to overlap. Yeah, his bum will just overlap. I've got a smudge on his face somehow. What is that? There we go. So his little bum just fits over there. Oh, that's cute. Cute, cute, cute. So, a couple of things. You can obviously leave this as it is, and without any like little holder. If you wanted to, you could create a little like a little stopper to keep that together, but I think it holds itself quite nicely like that, and you know that you need to lift it up. So, but if you wanted to, you could just add a little tab on there so that people can pull it and pull it up if they wanted to. You could also add, I don't know, I'm sure I've got some somewhere. Oh, sorry, I may have just dipped a little bit when I pulled that out. But I thought I had, and I can't see any at the moment in one of my little drawers here. Some little Velcro stickers, little circles, and you could use those just to hold that together, or you could create a little circle and cut that in half to hold that together. But I don't think you need to. I think it works perfectly fine as it is. So the final touch for this, a little bit similar to how we did with the main card. So you can see how these are going to work together because they look so adorable together. The enamel dots that we have, this is the Sweet Summer enamel dots set, and all of the colours in here work beautifully with that rainbow paper set. So but I'm going to use the same greens that I used in the other one because I think that's probably going to help it all pull together a little bit. So I'm just going to have a little think about where do I want these to go. About there, and then I'm going to take one of these little tiny ones and pop that on just there. There's just 3 of those enamel dots, brings that all together. So that's looking good so far. And then final little bits for our characters. I've got my little jelly roll pen here to add a few highlights. So a few little dashes, a few little lines and dots. Just make it look a little bit more fluffy, a little bit more fun. Adding some down the edge of this vase will make it look nice and shiny. And a few bits around these leaves. And then the eyes we like to do with a black glazed pen, which I cannot find. Where favourite things to use, so I don't need to have lost that, do I? What have I done with it? Oh no, what have I done with the black lace pen, everyone? It's probably right in front of my eyes, isn't it? Sorry, my head came roaring into view there, which we did not want to see. Okay, I appear to have lost my black glazed pen, which I'm very upset about, because that is one of my favourite things to do. Oh, here it is, look. Oof. Nearly panicked. Panicking over a black glazed pen, but like I say, it is one of my favourite things to do. To finish off my cards, add some bright eyes to my little kitties, and that is pretty much the finished article. And then if we open her up, we can pop in our little gift card. So open up those little flaps, pop that in there. They are sized perfectly for like gift card, credit card size, and it just holds it in place, so it's not going to fall out of there at all. And there you've got yourself a handmade gift card, which I think is absolutely stunning. So you've got that extra little interactive element on the front there, but then inside you can write your message and you know what it's for. And then we've got a little birthday card and then a personalised gift card to go with it. So I think that would make a really nice set for someone. What do you think? Well, I hope you liked that, guys. I hope that was useful. I really enjoyed making that. It was something very different to, you know, to do with that die. Like I said, that die is at a great price, and once it's gone, it has gone. It won't be coming back. So, and like I say, I think if you wanted to make your own personalised gift cards, you wanted to make one of those flip up cards with a little lift the flap element on the front, this is the perfect die set to do it. And it's less than half its original price, so only $9.95, and you get so many dies in there that you're going to use over and over again. And you can mix and match it with all of your other time to eat items. So this is what I'm hoping that, you know, you've got from today, is you don't need to use them the way that they are originally presented. So let's just see if we can, by the magic of technology, flip back to the front view camera and say hello. It is me. So there we go. That is today's project. I shall just this always is really the lights above just don't really help with this, so I find it really hard to show you the project in this light, and I can't get the angle right either. Which way? That way. There we go. That's not too bad, is it? You can kind of see that. And then we've got our little, I don't want to smudge his eyes, so I'm being careful. And then we've got our little flip up element with the gift card on the inside. Yay! Really cool. And then obviously we've got our birthday card as well, which will go with it. So that's us done for today. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I hope you get some crafting done. Do look out for notifications next week about our next Facebook Live, because next Friday is the 3rd of March. and I will be back at Hobby Maker. So there will be no Facebook Live next Friday, but I will be crafting live at 2 o'clock on Hobby Maker instead. So if you still want your crafty live fix with Time for Tea designs, then tune in for that. It's Hobby Maker's birthday as well, so I know that there are going to be loads of different deals and offers and special discounts and giveaways and prizes. It's going to be a really great event. We're really excited to be part of it. We're bringing some really, really good products with us as part of that event as well as opportunities for you to get some freebies and be part of a prize draw, which I think is going to be the big one that is run on the day. So lots to look forward to next Friday. It's my mum's birthday the day before, so wish me luck for that as well. Hopefully she likes her card that I've made for her. And yeah, I'll see you really soon after that. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, guys. It's been really fun, and I'll see you again really soon. Bye now. Bye.